Hey guys, this is Matt Larsen with How to Wholesaling. Today I'm going to talk about the 10 deadly sins of wholesaling. Now, when getting started in real estate investing and especially wholesaling, everyone is usually focused on what they need to do, and that's pretty obvious. Get educated, put out marketing, talk to sellers and buyers, make offers, negotiate, and then close deals, of course. We usually know what we need to do. Whether we do it or not, that's a whole separate training. So let's set that aside for the moment. And what I want to talk about now is what not to do when wholesaling. And I'm going to call these the 10 deadly sins of wholesaling. Number one, don't get hung up on the small stuff. I know a lot of people overanalyze the situation and think that they need to create the perfect business entity before they get started. Do I do an LLC? Do I set up a corporation? And what's my cool business name going to be? Do I need to design a cool logo for my company? Oh, I need to get cool looking business cards before I go to any networking events. I need to get my website up before I send any mailers. This could slow somebody down for months. The point is, get your marketing out first, get calls first, make offers first, get a deal first, then worry about the small stuff. Number two, don't sign up for all the gurus courses out there. I know everyone is looking for that silver bullet of an idea that's going to get them over the hump and make everything easy as pie. But what happens is you start getting too many ideas and techniques in your head, and you get the shiny object syndrome, where you bounce around from technique to technique, or are just stuck in learning mode, or paralysis by analysis, and you never really get started in full force. Pick a way to do it. There's not that many, and just do it. And stay focused. There's always a new course around the corner. Ignore it. Put your blinders on and keep plugging along. Number three, don't chase a deal if the seller isn't motivated. I see lots of folks get hung up on one deal. Just because the person called you back doesn't necessarily mean they are motivated. They may want to sell, but they don't have to sell. You really only want to deal with highly motivated sellers. That's why you need more leads. Then you don't get hung up on dealing with everyone that calls that isn't that motivated. Move on to your next lead because you have a lot to get through, right? Number four, don't leave an appointment without leaving a contract behind. If you go meet a seller at the property and you can't agree on a price right then and there, or they say they want to think about it, be sure to leave a contract behind with a low offer, of course. Ideally, you want to get the deal while you're there. Try to always leave with a signed contract. But if for some reason they don't, please leave a contract behind. Follow up, or they may even call you and eventually say, hey, they're ready to do the deal. Number five, don't mess with properties on the MLS. Hey, there are some exceptions, but in general, your job as a wholesaler is to provide deep discounted off-market properties to investors. If you find a deep discounted property on the MLS, that's great. Don't add a big fee on top and send it out to your list. Unless you have it under contract for 10 to 20% or less than that, than what it's listed for in the MLS, don't send it out. You'll get a bad rap for it. Number six, don't overprice your deals. This is probably the biggest no-no in wholesaling. If you find a property and get it under contract for, say, 20% below market value, and then you mark it up 20%, you're providing no value at this point. If you got it under contract for 50% below market value and mark it up 20%, now we're talking. Do your best not to let your fee make the deal not such a good deal anymore. Make sure it's at least 20% ARV minus repairs. Number seven, don't overprice other wholesalers' deals when co-wholesaling. This is another big no-no for pretty much the same reason as above. This gets especially tricky when there are more than two wholesalers in the middle of a deal. One person will add their fee, the next guy will add their fee. Now, is it still a good deal? If the third person gets in the middle and wants to add a fee, now it gets really ugly. Make sure it's still a good deal to the investor and just split the profits. Even if you're only making a third of a normal deal, that's better than zero, right? That's what I say. Number eight, don't think of other wholesalers as your competition. It's easy to get caught up in who you think your competition out there is as wholesalers. You're in competition with yourself to do more deals. That's it. Other wholesalers out there, they can be your allies. I've partnered with many other wholesalers on deals where either I had the property and they had the buyer, or I had the buyer, they had the property, vice versa. Yeah, there's always shady guys out there, so be careful, but become friends with as many other wholesalers as possible, and trust me, it will work out good for you. Number nine, don't quit your job until you have 10 wholesale deals done. So if you're thinking of going full-time as a wholesaler to pay your bills, take my advice here, do the 10 deals first, because by then you'll have the knowledge, the skills, the network, the processes in place, pretty well figured out. Hopefully you'll have some nice cash in the bank too. Plus you'll have momentum going. Do the 10 deals, then decide if you want to go full time. And if you do, you better be committed to work full time on the business. And number 10, don't ever stop marketing. As I've said before, marketing is the lifeblood of your wholesaling business. Without marketing, there's no leads. Without leads, there's no deals. Without deals, there's no money. You need to have leads coming in all the time and lots of them. Don't stop marketing for a month because you have a deal or two under contract and you're working on getting them closed. Just put in the time to be sure you have a consistent stream of marketing going out all the time, every week. Well, that's my list of what not to do in wholesaling. Do what you're supposed to do and avoid what not to do, and you'll be on your way to success and some nice checks coming in. Of course, for more tips, be sure to go to howtowholesaling.com. Also, get your free video course, Wholesaling Mastery, while it's still free if you haven't already. And thanks for listening, and good luck.